Welcome back to SNG Weekly. Sorry about last week, folks. We shot a whole video for you. I showed you models and all the cleaning we did around here. And I got home to cut it in the edit bay. There was no sound. And we're clueless. Why? Because we just did a test just a minute ago to make sure it didn't happen again. And it didn't. It's working fine. So let's do this again. The place is cleaner. And the dog is hacking up probably fur balls and hair and stuff like that. Wait a minute, she's not a cat. That's cats that do that. Anyway, it's a lot cleaner in here, a hell of a lot cleaner. We still have some stuff to get rid of and everything, but you know, I've been spending so much time cleaning and filling orders and stuff that I still haven't got to this, but I have finally caught up. And so starting next week, I'm going to do an in-depth sculpting on this. And then the other part of it will be how I make the mold of it and all that. And we all know already, right, don't we, about this? That's the laser blast gun that Mark Helmick 3D printed in the tubes, McMaster car packing tube that happens to be exactly the right size, fit on here with some tape around it and everything. But this thing's amazing. I mean, it really looks like the real gun. You know, it's so cool that you may want to, I might even want to release this as a separate piece, but that's something we're thinking about. So I'm getting this plane ready to fly finally. You probably remember when I built it, maybe you don't, but this is a gorgeous plane, radio controlled and stuff. And what I did today, or I've been doing over the last couple of days, is yet another Werewolf of London. But the person who bought this asked for it to be like the original one I did, more flesh colored with some gray streaks running through it and stuff. And I have to say, I really like it like this. Mine's like this, but the hair work on this is just really tidy. And I used the clippers on it and stuff, and it really came out really nice. So very pleased with that. That goes out next week to a happy customer. He's come back a second time for a mask. Thank you so much, Curtis. And of course, the Z, which I started and ran and drove around today. Got to do that every week. And then there's a dog right behind Mary, better known as Rosie the Wonder Dog. So let me, I think that's everything in here. Of course, the sailboats, you know that the week before last, I took out this beautiful boat you watched me build, and it was the most incredible thing I have ever sailed. I mean, it was just like the Ferrari of the water. It was just amazing. And it's like every dime I spent on this and all the time I spent building it was wonderful. This one goes out next week. This was an all wooden kit built that I did, and that one's fiberglass. And then, of course, the Footy, which I've had for years. And it's a great little miniature sailing boat. Made by Victor Boats, which went out of business recently, and it's unfortunate. They made some really nice stuff, and that really sails well for what it is. So, okay, so in here, and this is the front entrance or gallery where Mary puts up our art. It also has a big giant Iron Giant, which I built a while ago. We've got a lot of new people, so you people out there that know already what all this is, bear with us because we get new people all the time. And I built this with George Darr's help, all from scratch. So, and it's a prominent feature in here. Normally the windows are open and it's beautiful outside the windows and our sign and everything, but the glare is so intense when the window's open. It's hard for Mary. And in here, of course, this place is clean too. And it took a lot of work to get it clean. And you can see my captain's chair, broken by Gary Lockwood himself. My radio-controlled submarines, lots of rockets. Of course, the centerpiece is the Enterprise that I built, was it 12 years ago now? All from scratch. And over here are the masks that we sell. And there's quite a few now. They keep growing. And I do plan to do more later this year. I'm not sure which yet. But they keep selling, and we're very, very appreciative of that. And of course, First Contact, Star Trek rifle, and this is from the original molds. It's not screen used, but it might as well be because it came from exactly the same people that made it and the same molds. And one of my favorites down here, which I'm hoping lights up for me, I don't usually use batteries, but I did on this one. This is the Invaders model, and the Invaders was created by Larry Cohen, and some of you will know that he was a friend of mine, and I did 6 motion pictures for him, and I wish he could have seen this. He would have loved it, although he didn't like the ship much. Funny thing. And then, of course, the masks and props over here, you know, phasers and Forbidden Planet weapon, and I love this Klingon blaster. God, it's just so cool. Very, very serious piece of hardware. And of course, over here is the original concept one from TOS, which I always thought was really cool too. You can hear that sound it made now. Forbidden Planet, Star Trek, original hand phaser, yada, yada, yada. And here is, of course, the Battlestar Galactica gun. That's one of the actual guns, signed by both the stars on both sides of the barrel, and of course the lighter that Adama gave his son. That was his grandfather's. And that's, you know, pretty much what's going on here at the studio. Upstairs it's clean too, but I'm going to end it here because I don't want to bore you too much with showing you all around the place and every little nook and cranny. But that's pretty much all we did this week and last week and the week before was clean and work on our film. The film's going very well. I'm in post-production, and I'm going home now to do more work on it and through the weekend because I have so many shots that are visual effects. Most of the film is all shot against green screen, so I have to composite all the backgrounds for the location. All the live action's been cut, so it's going very, very well. And but it's a lot of hard work, and you know, like I said, next week we'll get back to laser blast. The gun's down here, the original gun. Well, a replica of it anyway. And it's hard for you to see that, Mary. And I'm not going to pull it out. But we'll get back to that and get back to our in-depth videos. And that's pretty much it till some other projects come through. So thanks for all your support. Of course, you guys continue to support us on Patreon. We really appreciate that. Thanks for interacting. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the emails. Thanks for following the websites, The Art of Steve Neal. My God, we've got so many followers now, and you guys are commenting and everything. We just love this. This is what really keeps us going. So anyway, that's going to do it for this week. Short little piece, but I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with In-Depth and Laser Blast and who knows what else. That phone rings, you never know what's going to happen. We love you a whole bunch. We'll see you next week.